Thief River Falls is a robust, vibrant community that needs the state legislature's help to allow us to support our employees and families and grow our community through various means, including small business property tax relief, healthcare, education, workforce housing, transportation, and recreation.
Hello, my name is Jared Kalsness and I'm the owner of Paint and Glass Interiors here in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. I grew up in Thief River Falls. I went away to college, moved to Minneapolis after college, and decided to move back. And that was the best decision that I've ever made, really, because business has been just really good for myself and my family since I moved back here. One thing that I'm very proud of is the entrepreneurial spirit that has been built in Thief River Falls. We look back at the people that have started companies like DigiKey Corporation or Articat, and you think of these individuals that had a vision and that's grown into the companies they are today. You'll see that the entrepreneurial spirit is still very strong in Thief River Falls. As a property owner in Thief River Falls, I own the building that my store is in and also the building next door. I'm also on the Downtown Development Association that's working with the Chamber of Commerce and our city to see some improvements in our downtown. Our downtown has aged over the years and some buildings are actually in disrepair. So one area of need that we feel we have is if we could get some property tax relief, we feel that that money would then be reinvested by these property owners into their buildings. For instance, this year I need to put an air conditioner on the building next door and also do some roof repair. And some property tax relief would really help me with that. It would also allow me to maybe do a couple of other smaller projects as well. So this is what I feel with the legislature. The property tax relief would really go right back into the buildings, so it would be an investment into the communities as well. So, thank you.
The elderly waiver hasn't kept up with inflation, with the cost of living. With the services that we provide, we try to make it as individualized as possible and then train the employees on those services, how to provide them, and getting the little things that the residents want out of their services. Where with our limited funding, we're just taking care of the resident and our staff doesn't get wages annually or wage increases annually, and we struggle then in the retention area. We have a commitment. We have the privilege of taking care of people that have taken care of us, who have taken care of others in Thief River Falls, and now I feel we have the responsibility to take care of them. And if our elderly waiver funding continues to be cut or we don't get the increases, then I think we're going to end up not being able to take care of them in order for them to stay here and live their lives in their communities.
I would like to be able to stay here in town, but that's the biggest fear, is to move away from their town.
Education is extremely important in Northwest Minnesota. And the best way for me to describe it is I can relate it to infrastructure. Well, I don't think there's any greater infrastructure than the people that make up our communities, the people that make up our workforce. We are on the front lines of building that workforce. We are there providing people with the skills that they need to upgrade their positions or to enter directly into the workforce. And we have had shrinking resources now for many, many years. And we are at a point now where we are deciding budgetarily what we can no longer do for the students and the employers of this community. We are part of the economic engine of Thief River Falls, and that absolutely needs to be considered when you start thinking about our value to the community and how important the funding is to us. So I implore the legislature to strongly consider this request for funding.
The city had a housing study done in 2012 by Community Partners Research, and they determined that we needed approximately 90 housing units per year for the next 10 years in Thief River Falls to meet the need.
There are so many people that work and they don't qualify for our affordable housing.
The options around town are little to none.
We really didn't have housing like an apartment to move in, so we stayed with my sister and brother-in-law.
We have people then coming from Grand Forks, Colorado, Maine, all over the place.
But we still feel the need to continue housing growth here So in order to do that, we still need to stay in front of this development. So the challenges that the city faces with this type of demand is getting the public infrastructure in place to support these housing projects. So we've had just great success with the legislature in the past, and we hope to continue that partnership to support these housing projects and keep up with that projection that was estimated back in 2012.
There's all kinds of businesses that rely on good transportation systems. Keep up with the infrastructure, the bridges and the roads and all of the stuff that needs to be taken care of that has been kind of, just left by the wayside the last few years, and we need to keep up with all of that. Engineers, whether it's MnDOT or county or city or whatever, they all need good dedicated funding for planning to be able to plan 5 years out, 10 years out or whatever. The big aim right now is to get a 10-ton road network system built up so you can move products on a big semi-truck. There's, I think, 45,000 miles of county road system in the state of Minnesota. There's 55,000 miles of township roads in the state of Minnesota, and there's only 12,000 miles of state highway. And so the rural part of the state is really dependent on the rural roads to keep people and goods moving from one place to another. Most of this is about maintenance, but with new money, there could be new projects.
My name is Joe Amundsen. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Thief River Falls. Improvement to the quality of life by having such a great trail system available to us, and by seeing all the people using it, all ages, all different uses, is a very positive thing.
I typically come here in the mornings if it's nice and run, so that's an easy way to maintain work-life, lifestyle balance, all that. Another thing for me is being able to relate fitness to the community. So there's typically a lot of people out here, a lot of dogs, families, kids on bikes.
By continuing or expanding the available grant funding for trails in our state, it will allow us to expand our great opportunities that we currently provide. And the Greenwood Trails is a prime example of that.
If we were able to get funding to expand the trails, I think as they get more and more busy and more packed with local residents, that'd be providing more room, whether it's fitness or fun, families, community get-together, all that.